them found I'm wrongly blood. Now this generation gets so vile. I myself, I wonder why is that the trend of our life. Grandma say you safe behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society flush you out for sure. Kids today losing their ambition. They want to dress like Gaga and tell them that's not the solution. No man. But the massive there. Speak to the kids and them. Keep your mind at school and help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand on me if you can. Come, let's build this little island. You don't know. Respect all the teachers. Show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just might solve them. Yes, ma'am. This is the message going out to the youth and them live from the WCK band, man. Keep the spirit alive, man. You don't know, speak to someone. Jealousy is always on your mind. Time to put this thing aside, come let me.
Dominica, good afternoon.
We tell them put your best to, man, just try to your best to make things work. You dis tout pour passer pour manger, pas me laisser mon parler, avancer pour avancer.
Good afternoon, Dominica, and how are you feeling this afternoon?
Yes, man.
And of course, welcome to another edition of the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. You vibes right here on DBS.
Education to excel, don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand on it, you can come, let's build this little island. Here we go.
And of course, you know that Youth Vibes is a youth radio program brought to you by the Ministry of Youth. The Ministry of Culture, that is, Youth and Sports and Community Development, and of course coordinated by the Youth Development Division. Let me say a blessed good afternoon to all members of staff of the Ministry of Youth, all members of staff of YDD, and a blessed good afternoon to my guests in studio here with me today. And you know, on Youth Vibes, we inform, we educate, and we entertain. So, sounding the call now, get your notebooks, get your pens, get your pencils, for there may be a need for you to take a note. There may be a need for you to write something down so you can go back to it later. But you know what we do here on Youth Vibes? Before we get started, we always introduce and welcome the presence of the Most High to guide us as we get started and as we continue to bring you this information from youth for youth, by youth, because of youth. It's Youth Vibes right here on your nation station, DBS. Keep it locked. When we come back, you're going to hear from a few individuals we have in studio. So ensure that you get your pencils ready, get your notebooks ready, get your pens ready. You're locked on to DBS Radio, Youth Vibes right here.
Times when I kneel down on my knees to pray, and I must speak the truth. Sometimes I don't know what to say. See, it's not that the life that I'm living is unholy, cause I'm trying my best to do the things that you told me. See, I don't know what happens most of the time, why I can't put in words the things that's on my mind. But I know in my heart, your Holy Spirit intercedes for me when I'm lost for words and I don't know what to say. I know I will not be dismayed. Your Holy Spirit intercedes for me with grown names that cannot be uttered. And you know what I want to say, even if I can't say. Your Holy Spirit intercedes for me. Intercedes intercedes for me, intercedes for me. Yeah. I remember that time chilling on my bed, lying down on my back, hands under my head. Somehow I got the feeling that I really need to pray, but I just could not formulate the words for me to say. I remember the tears and the smell of feeling as I kept staring up to the ceiling, and I knew in my heart, I knew in my heart, your Holy Spirit intercedes for me when I'm lost for words and I don't know what to say. I know I will not be dismayed. Your Holy Spirit intercedes for me with groanings that cannot be uttered. And you know what I want to say, even if I can't say.
Your Holy Spirit intercedes for me. Dominica, you're live and you're locked into the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. And of course, if you did not know, if you did not realize, you need to open your eyes because You Vibes is indeed live. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, all of DBS's radio social media platforms so that you can catch us on your television as well. But right now, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty and we're going to jump across the studio 2 to say good afternoon to a few folks we have here. Yes, you know, anytime I'm on radio, you know, it's always a drama, you know, it's always a vibe. Something always happen. And I will, imagine, let me tell you something before I go into studio 2. Somebody tell me, Mr. Louis, we have a new name for you, you know. And I say, what is the new name? And they say, the little bird. Little bird? Well, guess what? A little bird came and visited me yesterday. And it gave me a story about 2 individuals that we're going to have in studio that have some information to share. So before I say anything else, let me say a blessed good afternoon to my guests across in Studio 2. And how are you guys doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Mr. Louis, and good afternoon to Dominica by extension. My name is Nikki Darrow, the officer for the Eastern District with Youth Development Division.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Louis. Good afternoon, Dominica. And my name is Earl White, and I am the current president of the National Association of Youth in Agriculture, better known as NAYA.
NAYA.
Yes.
So I see we have protocol established already.
Yes.
You know, they say ladies first, ladies went first, but today we're switching it. Today we'll have fellas first, gentlemen first today.
No problem.
So a blessed good afternoon to you, Mr. White. And how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, you know. I'm doing fine, you know. Wonderful weather outside, you know.
It is.
Easter
It is.
weekend.
Mhm,
You know, I'm doing excellent.
Wonderful. No, a little bird, the same little bird, come and it tell me, it whisper in my ears, but I didn't understand what it was, you know. But it whisper in parables. It didn't spell it out for me. It say N-A-Y-A. So I say, what is N-A-Y-A? And then they tell me, Mr. White, Mr. White. I say, you serious? So Mr. White coming tomorrow? They tell me yes. So when you go there, ask him, N-A-Y-A. So Mr. White, tell me, and tell Dominica, what is N-A-Y-A?
NAYA. But just before I tell Dominica about NAYA, you need to introduce me to that little birdie that keeps speaking to you.
And you say, you know, confidentiality.
Okay. Well, NAYA, NAYA. NAYA stands for the National Association of Youth in Agriculture. And NAYA was formed, you know, back in 2003. Out of the idea to give young persons across Dominica a greater voice in agriculture and helping young persons to understand that agriculture is not just, you know, about dirtying the hands and the soil, but agriculture can be a lucrative and very exciting career path. You know, that's basically NAYA in a nutshell.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let me ask you, just about the group in particular, right? Can you tell us currently what is the membership count of that group?
Currently, we stand at about 78 members. 78 members from across the island, and we have approximately about 40% of our membership females, and the other 60% male individuals. And you will see that percentage being reflected in the executive as well, as we try to keep a gender balance, you know, group, so that when it comes to decision making, that we are making decisions that will suit both genders.
Okay. Now, it's an agricultural. It's National Association of Youth in Agriculture.
Yes.
So, can you tell me from what is there a cap on the range of agricultural practices that are part of the group?
There is no cap.
No cap.
There is no cap.
Okay.
In fact, you don't even have to be a farmer or a fisherman to join NAYA.
Okay.
As long as you have an interest, a passion about agriculture, you are welcome to join the NAYA. But our membership range from a lot of different individuals. We have farmers involved in crop production. We have farmers involved in livestock. We have a few fishermen on board. We have one of the youngest prawns farmer from Cassie Bruce on board with us in NAYA. We have, the seafood mysteries, persons involved in agro-processing and all of those things, We have persons doing coconut oils, cassava. There's a young lady from Salisbury. She makes all kind of flowers from our local producer, plantain flower, dashing flower, So it's a whole range of young persons, coming together for the greater good of youth and agriculture in Dominica.
I love that. I love that. Because, there is somewhat a stigma sometimes when the younger individuals hear about agriculture.
Yes.
So they think of an elderly person coming home from the garden with their bag on their head, their boots in their foot, their clothes dirty. And sometimes a lot of the younger individuals have that, that picture of to be the define or the definition of agriculture. But here, having you here and speaking about youth in agriculture and with such a diverse area of expertise, it's something that I believe the individuals who are listening, who I actually get the pen and paper, should definitely take a note of. Now, tell us about some of the activities that NAYA has been involved in thus far.
Oh, well, wow. Where do I begin? Over the years, NAYA has been involved in a lot of activities. As I said, the organization was formed in 2003. And something I may have forgot to mention, we are a non-profit NGO. Yes, we're a non-profit NGO. I forgot to mention that earlier. But since 2003, NAYA has undertaken several projects, and I can name a few. The Hoops project. The Hoops project was focused on strengthening schools, agricultural programs at the primary school level through targeted interventions. Inspiring young students to take an interest in food production. We had the Eves project, a sheep conservation initiative that worked to help conserve the Dominican white sheep. We had the Mines project, and the Mines project was designed to change the perception of agriculture among young persons. We also had the OAS Next project, that supported youth-led agribusiness, including the creation of a small enterprise, producing coconut cheese and other tablets and other coconut-based goodies for sale at the cruise ship, And in recent years, NAYA has continued, and we have had farm visits and knowledge sharing. We've organized farm visits to climate-smart farms across Dominica. Connecting the young farmers with experienced farmers. To share knowledge, techniques, and experiences. Also, in recent times, we have undertaken a hot pepper seedlings project with WUSC. WUSC is the World University of Science, Canada. They have a section here in the Caribbean, so we have partnered with them, distributing hot pepper seedlings among our young NAYA members, trying to promote agro-business expansion and so on. And this was a little fun project that we took on, fun but very important. We undertook the Grotto Home Garden project. We established a garden at the Grotto Home for the homeless, helping to improve nutrition and diet for the residents, through fresh, locally grown produce. Just last week we had a bunch of college students and dedicated NAYA members at the 1 mile the 1 Mile facility where we did a seedling propagation training with the college students and a few NIA members. And also at that training, I may say, it was in collaboration with WUSC and the extension team down at 1 Mile. And WUSC handed over to NIA over about 20,000 hot pepper seedlings and other planting materials, to help the organization to keep in its mission, trying to bring young people, back in agriculture.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, is the group open to new membership?
Could you repeat that?
Is the group open to new membership? Is the organization open to new
yes,
membership?
certainly. Once you are between the ages of 16 to 35, you are welcome to join. We have a Facebook page on NIA Dominica. You could reach out to us there. We don't currently have a WhatsApp number. We are working on that. But WhatsApp, Facebook, same thing, So you can reach out to us on Facebook, NAYA, N-A-Y-A, Dominica. And you can reach out to us and just shoot us a message. And the process is so sweet and easy, Yeah.
Justin and Jacob, are you watching?
Yeah.
Elizabeth, are you watching? I asked that question for you in particular, Because all you have all your notebook and all your pen. Now, this comes at a point where I believe a lot of individuals need to understand the importance of agriculture and the importance of, getting involved. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to dirty your hands or you have to go and stain all of your clothes, but there are other aspects of agriculture that everybody can get involved in. We had a caller, what they call it, take a plane caller. When your flight land, call us back. Let me ask you a follow-up question, Mr. White. In terms of all of the activities that you have mentioned and that NIA has been involved in, what would you say thus far has been some of the greatest achievements?
I would say, well, there's something that I did not mention, but I think one of the greatest achievements of NIA is that helping to form sister organizations across the Caribbean. In Antigua and Barbuda, we have a sister organization called ABAFI, and it's the Antigua and Barbuda Agricultural Forum for Youth. We work very closely with them. Also, SLAFI in St. Lucia Agricultural Forum for Youth. So SLAFI and ABAFI and NIA, we work very closely together, we share knowledge, we share best practices, advocate for certain things, through the OECS and all of that. So I think that in itself is one of our greatest, achievement. And not without mentioning, we also work very closely with the Ministry of Agriculture here in Dominica. And since NIA has been, because we went dormant for a few years, 2014, and then we revamped. We started a revamp process in 2023 up until 2024. And since then, we have worked very, very closely with the Ministry of Agriculture. And, hats off to them. Hats off. Because without them, I don't know where NIA would be today, but hats off to the Ministry of Agriculture and dedicated team and so on. But we have advocated, for land, the use of land for young persons, because this is one of the greatest issues that young people in agriculture face. And we have advocated, having meetings with the minister, various people in the ministry. And then we saw this come to light last year at the budget, where the government, allocated certain lands for young persons in agriculture, and this is coming on stream. And I think in the first portion that they're going to make available, I think there are a few NIA members, whose names are there, and that shows volume, that advocacy and coming together, can really make great changes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, we spoke about the achievements, we spoke about some of the activities, but I want to let us jump on the other side of the train tracks now. In terms of this organization, running it, getting it to where it is, all of the achievements, all of the successes, in your experience, what would you say, if any, were some of the challenges that this group has faced?
Oh boy. Just as we have achievements, we have challenges. Where do I start? So some of the challenges we face, there are a few red tapes when you're dealing with legal and registration, formalizing an organization, because we went dormant for a little while. So, we had to go through the entire process to bring the organization back into good standing. And of course, these things are costly, up and down. I'm from Benz, and everything is based in Roseau. And I have a full-time job, plus I manage my farm, I have a business. So these things can be costly, coming to Roseau, so the lack of funding, we are a non-profit organization. Lack of funding is one of our biggest challenges, and I think also to keeping members engaged. Like I just said, we are all young persons, young professionals in our fields, and some of us have families, some of us have businesses, some of us are full-time farmers, and that's, so it's sometimes, can be challenging to make time to come to Roseau, to deal with this, to deal with that. But when you stand for something and you want to see something happen, I can say we have a dedicated team. They will take time off to do what we have to do and to push on, to push forward.
Wonderful.
There are a few other little issues, but I don't think they are worth mentioning. But we have challenges. Yes.
Now, the little bird also told me, right, that there is an upcoming AGM.
AGM.
You see,
yes.
sometimes a little bit that does mix up it letters. So tell us about this upcoming AGM.
Oh, this little bird's putting all the business on side, man. Yes, so as we are a non-profit organization, incorporated, we host an AGM every year. Since we have revamped, this will be our second annual AGM. And this AGM, at the AGM, this is where we elect the executive. We ensure that our members on the board of directors are still willing to serve, and that they renew or we put in a new board in place. We give our annual report, financial report, and all of that. And this AGM, I am very excited for the AGM, because we have a lot. We started up with last year for about 40 something members thereabout, and we are now into the late 70s, and maybe by the time of the AGM we might be into the 80s, because a lot of young persons are now hearing about NIA, and they are excited. They are, they are wanting to come on board, because this is, really exciting news. But our AGM will take place on the 22nd of April. That's a Wednesday. It's a weekday. The 22nd of April, at the Roseau Fish Complex conference room. We plan to start up at 9:30, where we have registration and payment of dues. As every organization, there are some dues that has to be paid, and I can mention the dues right as we on the topic. So it's $20 registration for new members. So members who have already paid their registration don't have to pay that again. But new members, a $20 registration and a $60 annual fee. We also do a payment plan. If persons think they can do it every 2 months, half year, we make it, because we have students. We're not just only working people. We have students as well, college students, high school students, part of the organization. So we have payment plans and everything. But it's $60 annually and $20 registration for new members. So we start up at 9:30, and for between 9:30 and 10 a.m. we should have registration and payment of dues and so on, and then we should kick off the AGM from 10 a.m. and we should be done by 1 p.m.
Okay.
On the 22nd of April this month.
22nd of April. That is
Yes.
this month. Okay. So the individuals out there listening and taking their notes. 22nd April this month. All right. Now, I have a few more questions for you, Mr. White, before we cross the tracks again.
Yes, yes.
But before we do that, let's take a little break. Let's just, let Dominica reflect on the information they have thus far. And when we come back, we have a few more questions. And we have a question from an audience,
Okay.
one of the audience who are listening.
Good
So,
job,
Dominica, you're locked onto the hottest but the youngest hour on radio, You Vibes, right here on DBS. When we come back, more information for you. Keep it locked right here.
Yeah, life's been feeling heavy lately. Some days I'm unsure how to feel. We had everything, I'm grateful. Yet somehow it all feels unreal. Wishing for some things I never noticed. Things that used to slip right past me. Funny how the world can shift in seconds. Change the way we see our journey. We chase the fast cars, the big dreams, the next thing. Thinking that it's all we need. But when the noise fades and the lights dim, the truth gets easier to see. Funny how the little things are the biggest things to me. A quiet laugh, a midnight talk, a hug that sets my spirit free. And when the world feels overwhelming, it's love that brings me to my feet. Funny how the little things are exactly where I wanna be. I keep close to the ones beside me. Close friends, family, my whole heart. Laughter lifts me up like magic. Their warmth keeps me from falling apart. Hugs and kisses keeps me steady. Simple love that sets me free. Funny how the things we once took lightly are now the things that means the most to me. We chase the loud life, the bright lights, the highlights. Reels on repeat. But in the silence, in the real life, the truth is loud and clear to me. Funny how the little things are the biggest things to me. Quiet laugh, a midnight talk, a hug that sets my spirit free. And when the world feels overwhelming, it's love that pulls me to my feet. Funny how the little things are exactly where I wanna be. I said funny how, and I said funny how, yeah.
Yes, Dominica, this is a call for you to appreciate the little things in life. And the little things like tuning into DBS Radio every Saturday to listen to You Vibes program right here.
Yeah, and I said it's the little things to say now.
Yes, Dominica, we're back right here on the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. You Vibes right here on DBS. Now, before we went on break, we had a question from someone who's listening, someone who is out there taking notes, and they have a question, and this question is dedicated, is sent across to our dear friend right over here in Studio 2, Mr. White. Mr. White, this individual has asked a question, and he says, as a young professional and a full-time farmer, to the individuals who see agriculture as not a first priority, in your own experience, how would you define or explain what agriculture really is to you as a young professional and a full-time farmer?
Agriculture to me, and I think, well, to everyone, agriculture is a way of life. Agriculture is the how you feed yourselves, how you feed your family, how you feed a community, how you feed a nation. So agriculture to me is providing food security for yourself and for your family, and not only food, is a source of income, source of revenue. A farmer can draw a paycheck every day, A farmer can draw a paycheck every day, but whereas We as young professionals, you know, in the working field, we have to wait an entire month for a paycheck, but a farmer can have a paycheck every day, every week. So agriculture to me, you know, is the security of providing food for yourself, your family, your community, and your country, and by extension, you know, the Caribbean. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, and well said, sir. Now, just to reiterate and to remind the individuals, because someone also asked, how can they sign up? So can you just reiterate and let individuals know, for those who are interested in becoming a part of this organization, what should they do, where should they go, how can they reach out to you guys?
Yes, so like I said, we don't currently have a WhatsApp number. We're working on that. Maybe in the next few weeks we should have that organized. But in the meantime, and that's how a lot of persons reached out, is via our Facebook page. Facebook, Naya Dominica, Naya, Naya Dominica. You go on there, you shoot us a message, and we'll take it from there. It's a very simple process. We have persons even from outside in the diaspora, you know, contacting us on Facebook and wanting to join and partner with Naya, you know. So right here in Dominica, it's even easier, you know. So just Naya Dominica, the Facebook page, shoot us a message, express your interest, and we'll take it from there. Someone will get to you maybe within 24 hours. Someone will answer you, and we'll take it from there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, Mr. White, Youth Vibes, it is the hottest hour on radio.
The hottest hour.
The hottest hour.
Yeah.
But it's also the shortest hour on radio.
Yeah.
So at this point, I just want you to say hi, hello, and thank you to all of the individuals who have been a part of this journey, to all of the individuals who have lent their support, and to, you know, everyone that you believe needs to hear and needs to feel that appreciation.
Well, of course, and thank you for that opportunity. Well, of course, first and foremost, you know, thanks to the Most High, you know, for affording me the opportunity to serve as the president of such a wonderful organization. And of course, big up to the executive team, you know, my vice president, Mr. Neon Charles, you know, Jensek, Mr. Libla, treasurer, Ms. Joseph, and I can call everybody name, but, you know, big up to the executive team of Naya. Big up to the members of Naya, those who are constantly on the group chat, you know, keeping adhere to what is going on, the trainings and everything. And of course, I want to give a special big up to the Ministry of Agriculture and the team, Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Stevenson, PS, and the minister, you know, all of them, you know, big up to them, Delroy, Yanel, you know, they work very, very closely with us. Also, I want to give a big up to WOSC, you know, in partnering with us in our most recent endeavors, the training, you know, big up to WOSC. And the list goes on, you know, we work very closely with the OECS, you know, so big up to persons like the persons who work closely with the youth organizations in the OECS, you know, and so the list goes on, man. So many people we can say big up to, you know, but a very special big up to the Ministry of Labor. The Ministry of Labor and Small Business, because they are the ones who offer us their conference rooms so we can keep meetings, you know. So big up to PS Joseph, you know, big up to PS Joseph, you know, and the team down there, you know. So many more persons we could big up, but to everyone, thank you and big up. And I'm looking forward to the AGM. Young persons, if you're interested, like I said, reach out to us on our Facebook page, Naya Dominica. Our AGM this month, April 22nd at the Roseau Fisheries Complex Conference Room from 9:30 a.m. Of course, we'll have some refreshments arranged. So don't hurt your head, you know. Come on down, come and listen to the annual report and come and see how you can maybe be a part of the executive, because we're going to have elections on that day. So thank you. And you guys, big up to you. Thank you for having me. Of course, this is a lovely program. And I will give you, I used to be on you guys before, you know, back in the days, you know.
Yeah, we know, by now we know. Dominica knows the name Earl White. No stranger to social media, no stranger to the microphone, no stranger to the radio. And it was indeed a pleasure having you here with us, sir.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks. I hope I'll be back soon.
Soon, yeah, soon, definitely soon, soon. But
Blessing.
Dominica, we're not finished yet, you know. We have other things coming up, you know. in just a little while, I'm going to jump on the telephone where we're going to be hearing from somebody. We're going to speak to somebody, and then we have another. Remember, we don't talk to the young lady in studio yet, So Dominica, the little things, just keep it locked right here. Just keep it locked right here. When we come back shortly, more vibes for you. Dominica, you're locked on to the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. You vibes right here on DBS.
Yeah, life's been feeling heavy lately. Some days I'm unsure how to feel. We had everything, I'm grateful. Yet somehow it all feels unreal. Wishing for some things I never noticed. Things that used to slip right past me. Funny how the world can shift in seconds. Change the way we see our journey. We chase the fast cars, the big dreams, the next thing. Thinking that it's all we need. But when the noise fades and the lights dim, the truth gets easier to see. Funny how the little things are the biggest things to me. A quiet laugh, a midnight talk, a hug that sets my spirit free. And when the world feels overwhelming, it's love that brings me to my feet. Funny how the little things are exactly where I wanna be. I keep close to the ones beside me. Close friends, family, my whole heart. Laughter lifts me up like magic. Their warmth keeps me from falling apart. Hugs and kisses keeps me steady. Simple love that sets me free. Funny how the things we once took lightly are now the things that means the most to me.
The little things, Dominica, the little things, the little things. Dominica, we're back here on the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. You vibes right here on DBS. And as promised, we going right. We going on the on the on the flip side. This morning we this afternoon we had the gentleman, and we know it's ladies first, but today we rearrange. And because I gave you one gentleman this morning, and the protocol is ladies first, I'm going to give you a double dose of ladies. So join me in welcoming to the telephone and saying a blessed good afternoon to my dear friend. And how are you doing this afternoon? Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Well, my friend on the telephone is, and we will retry to get my friend on the telephone. But let me say a blessed good afternoon to my dear friend in Studio 2. And how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well, thank you. I hope Dominica by extension is doing well. It's the Easter weekend. It's a festive weekend. I hope everybody's okay for now.
No, we had your name, but we want you to just reintroduce yourself.
I feel by now people know my name, but
you feel so?
yeah.
Okay.
Nikki Daru, the youth officer for the Eastern District, and then this afternoon we're here just to talk about some of the achievements that the district we've had over the district for the past couple months, and just to share with young people.
So we're going to start while I try to get my dear friend back on the radio. So you're just going to tell us a little bit about some of the main activities that you guys have successfully done on the Eastern District thus far.
All right. So thus far, we were on the program sometime back in February, actually. But since then, we've had the completion of our STP program, our skills training program, our digital literacy training, digital literacy and work readiness training, rather. That was held in the Kalago territory at this Sensi Innovation Hub, where we engage young persons from the Kalago territory specifically in a 16 weeks computer training. We started off with around 12 individuals and completed a smaller number of persons, but we just recently completed, and then one young person went on job attachment from that that catchment area as well. So that is what we've had for our STP training. Some of our main challenges re that program was transportation to and from the venue, because our program catered for persons after from 4:30. The program ran from 4:30 into 7, so it was a bit later than usual, and transportation of the young persons to and from the area was a difficulty. It was one of our main challenges for persons being dropping out of the program, really. We also had in our 4-H, in our junior clubs, we had some of our clubs celebrated Green Day in their own style at their schools, with little fundraising activities. The students dressed in green, their green t-shirts and stuff, and contributed towards assemblies and, as we said, fundraising activities, selling snacks and stuff to raise funds for the club. We also have one of the model clubs in terms of agriculture on the district. That is the Sally Bear Primary School Junior Club garden space, and they continue to do a really good job of maintaining and keeping the garden alive. We also had the Sansevere Primary School that did some garden work as well. Planted some short-term crops and harvested the crops, and it's not just the club involved, it's the entire school population involved with that project. So these are some of the things that we've had done. We also had a joint activity with the Northeast District, which is your district, Mr. Louis. We had a joint activity with the Northeast District. Where we did like a Jeopardy game between the districts, and also we collaborated as well with Ministry of Agriculture, where the extension officers and team came to give the students a little educational session on I think different areas, and it was a really fun day for the students. And of course, one of our junior clubs, Scenic Way Primary, came victorious in the Jeopardy game. So we're excited about that as well.
We still beefing for that one.
There was no beef there. There was no beef there, Mr. Louis. There was a clear decision as to the winner of that Jeopardy.
But let us try one more time to see if we have our dear friend on the telephone. Good afternoon to you, and how are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon.
Wonderful, you are here with us.
Mr. Lee, we won.
We won. It's okay.
We won.
It's okay. Yeah.
Next time around, October coming,
okay.
October 16th, we'll see what happens. But October last year, it's our time.
Okay. I say okay. It's okay. So, Nikki was just giving us some of the highlights, the successful activities that has transpired in the district thus far. So Nikki, you can continue, and Miss Duran, wherever necessary, you will interject and you will share as well.
I just want to share before Miss Nikki
Go ahead.
that in terms of agriculture, I believe we need to give ourselves a tap on the back for working for our schools in the East. Like every other school may have a challenge, but I believe we in the East, we are doing very well in terms of getting our young ones and encourage them and to give them I'm happy that the school is giving them the opportunity, education to go to the garden. So this time around, Sansevere School, we planted stuff, we harvested the seed and sell, we brought to the kitchen. And I think listening to Mr. White, it is important that we start young. If we start young, it means that we can continue to feed ourselves and continue to serve our nation, and by extension, serve the Caribbean. I believe we are the best bread basket of the Caribbean, and I think 4-H is the right place and the right time to start agriculture, apart from our homes, with our own families.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure if Missy want me to continue to get off, so then she and you can have all your blasts until 3 o'clock. But I just want to mention in terms of the groups, I want to say that we have a lot of success stories in Duke of Edinburgh and our cultural group. Of course, earlier this year, we would have known that the Peaceful for Echoes of Tradition, we received the 3rd November Youth Award, and I really want to commend, again, the cultural officer, the leaders, the young persons, their parents for allow your children to participate in culture. We don't want it to die. And over the months and years, I can tell you that it's just not happening during October time or November time. It is a continuous thing for the community of Piditsufure and Sansove. In terms of youth again, I want to commend the young persons who are part of Duke of Edinburgh. We have formed the Duke of Edinburgh chapter in the Kalinago territory, and we want to say their thanks to our patron, who is the president of Dominica. She's assisting the Duke of Edinburgh groups with their uniforms. So again, I just want to say thanks to the Madam President, Miss Sylvanie Burton, for all your love and their support to Duke of Edinburgh. But Miss Selby, we have something exciting happening, but I will leave it for last. Also, the groups, we have done a lot of beach cleanup, elderly outreach with the Good Hope Red Cross, with the cultural leader of Piditsufure, with the Duke of Edinburgh chapter, the cultural group members. We have done a lot of elderly outreach. Just going, visiting, talking, cleaning, sharing love, caroling, singing, bringing a little hamper, understanding what life was like before, and just getting the young people to interact and involve with the persons who have paved the way for us. So we are in the communities. We are actually letting the young people see that, yes, the elderly people see that, yes, you are older now, but we are there just to give you support and to cheer you on. Upcoming, however, Duke of Edinburgh will partner with Innovate My World to do a robotic summer program targeting students 12 years to 16 years. And Mr. Lou, we are coming and meet you. We are coming to the north.
You going to meet me?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
We are coming to the north. We on the west coast, so we'll be going to the secondary school in the ITSS and PCSS, and of course I will bring some of my east. So we're going to have a nice group of young persons who actually will be in a very, what I would say, exciting program. You know how we like to make things fun for young people. So we'll be engaging them in some science and technology, some math learning, blended hands-on robotic and coding structure workshops, and of course some arts and crafts. Some in the community of Portsmouth will be having a hunt sort of, but in terms of getting to know Portsmouth better and to develop their skills, not only just hands-on skills, but soft skills. The soft skills like self-esteem and values and attitudes and how you communicate. So this is what we have for upcoming for the East. I know we'll be doing all the summer programs, so we've partnered with the principals in the East who have summer programs to be helping them with some activities. And of course, I am ready for summer, and I'm hoping that we can have a good time with you in the north. So
Wonderful.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yes, thank you for coming. You give us a plate full, not a handful,
Yes.
no, a plate full.
And I'm excited about the robotic camp. It's something new to me. I don't think it's something. I believe Castro Secondary School is one of the schools who are very involved in it, so I'll be working to it.
Yeah.
And Mr. Nikwan and so Nikki helped me.
You with Mr. Jolly?
Mr. Jolly, and there's another teacher from the Kalinago
Mr.
space that
Frederick.
are in
Mr. Frederick.
Mr. Frederick. So I'll be working with Mr. Frederick and Mr. Nikwan, and we'll be going to Portsmouth Secondary School to work with the principal and the robotic teacher there, and just to let the young person see there's something happening for them for the summer program, to keep them their interest on a high, keep them involved, keep them in an area, a space where their parents don't have to wonder where they are. They'll be taken care of course, by Youth Development Division partnering with us also. So it's a one big family. Youth Development Division, Innovate My World, Duke of Edinburgh Dominica / Piditsufure Kalinago chapters will be having fun with
Nice.
Glenn in the north.
Wonderful. Nikki, anything else to add?
Not to that.
That's a buffet place, you know that.
Not to that. But we are excited, as she said, about the prospects of that camp. It is something that is new, as she said, and I think the young people will gravitate towards those opportunities to learn.
Indeed.
And to learn about those new skills. So we are happy that we could collaborate with Innovate My World to bring it to the young people.
Wonderful. So
And the people are excited as well, Mr. Lee. The people have
Yes.
sent all their materials for the program. All we have to do is just the logistic part of the
Facilitate the
program,
process.
to facilitate the program, to go to the schools, sell it properly, get the parents involved, get the parents to know that, yes, your children going to be with me when I say me, I mean youth division, Jacob Edinburgh Innovate My World. You're going to be with a team of people that care, a team of people that want, because what we are trying to do this time around, Mr. Louis, is to use things, to teach them art and craft things in the past, like the antimacassar, to take the, I hope that the seamstress can give me, if seamstress is not only hearing me, they can give me their pieces of cloth. Nikki, remember when we would sit down with our mothers and take the hairpin and the bag
To make the mats on the bags.
to make the mats. So instead of you go and buy a mat, I'm hoping that we can teach them to make mats that they can go back home and they can say, this is my mat that in front of my door, and things like that. So of course we'll be going to the seamstresses to ask them for the bits and pieces of cloth. It's for our arts and craft activities. So we're going to use stuff of the environment to do nice recycling stuff, so that the young people can go back home with that as
Nice.
something that they have achieved during that week.
Awesome.
So yes, they might have an hour for WhatsApp, but we're going to keep them on their toes that they may not have time for that tablet or for that phone. I think we need to create that opportunity where we can show our children you can have fun, not being on WhatsApp and not being on the tablet.
indeed,
Right.
indeed.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Miss Jiran.
Wow.
Thank you for having me. Nikki, get home safe.
Yes, I will.
Thank you for being a part of our journey today at DBS on Youth Vibes.
Welcome.
So, Nikki,
Okay.
And-
We as you can see, our time has elapsed, but let me just say, just to remind young people across Dominica, not just across Dominica, that the National Youth Council is inviting nominations for qualified and committed young people to submit nominations for the upcoming executive election. There will be an AGM, a General Assembly of the National Youth Council on Saturday, May 16th. So before then, you need to send in your nominations, get your youth groups registered with Youth Development Division and NYC to be part of that activity, to be part of voting and making your voice be known as to who you want to represent your interests as young people on the national body, the National Youth Council of Dominica. Okay. Also, just to share also that soon also we should be starting another program in the Kanago territory, Read Digital Literacy. This one is a more basic approach, so not as detailed as our 16 weeks program, but it will be like a more basic approach for people to teach persons how to use digital devices and apps and all of that in everyday life. So we invite persons to reach out to myself, reach out to Miss Duran, or reach out to Mrs. Sanford, Marina Sanford, who is the instructor for us in that area. So just to share with everybody on that.
Wonderful. No, Nikki, Youth Vibes, it's the hottest hour on radio, you know.
But the shortest hour.
So at this point, let me just open the floor to you to say hi, hello, and thank you to everyone who needs to hear it this afternoon.
Okay. Well, I would like to say thanks to all our stakeholders across the board, across the district, who have supported the activities and plans of myself and Ms. Duran over time. A big shout out to Kanago Council, to Ms. Sanford and her team, and all the other persons who've contributed to especially Jacob Edinburgh activities that may need a little more resources. So we have visited places like Astafans and Harry Spain who willingly contribute to some of the activities that we've done. So we want to say thank you for that. Thank you for all the resource persons who are willing and always ready to assist when we ask and when we make a request. We want to thank also the schools for having us in your space and interacting with the students and the children to make sure that the 4-H clubs and the 4-H members are engaged, and we thank you for that. Thank you to the principals to allowing us and engaging us as well. Again, thank you to all the young people who continue to to support us and continue to be engaged with some of the things that we do. I want to let everybody know it's a festive season, it's a long Easter weekend. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Today alone on the road we saw 2 accidents already this morning, so be careful. Yes, it's a long weekend, it's a festive weekend. Know your limits, and have a great time. Thank you again to everybody, and yeah, Nikki signing out.
Wonderful. So Dominica, I don't know what else to tell you after this. You had a plate full. You had a lot to digest, a lot to think about. You have information out there to make use of. And to the young persons, the young farmers, wow. To the north, we come in. But as I leave you today, I'm going to leave you with this quote. And I want you to listen carefully. And it says, the capability to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. But the willingness to learn is a choice. And that's from Brian Hilbert. Dominica, I was your host today, Mr. Glenn Louis, recently known by the alias The Little Bird. And this is where I say to you good afternoon and enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. This has been another edition of the youngest and the hottest hour on radio, You Vibes.
But in the silence, in the real life, the truth is loud and clear to me. Funny how the little things are the biggest things to me. Quiet laugh, a midnight talk, a hug that sets my spirit free. And when the world feels overwhelming, it's love that pulls me to my feet. Funny how the little things are exactly where I wanna be.